Welcome to the True Guy Globe Brief Updates. Subscribe and press the bell icon for updates. The Langley briefing room was tense. This secret was different. The air was thick with anticipation, every agent in the room sensing that what they were about to hear could shift the balance of power in ways they hadn't imagined. The usual hum of whispered conversations was replaced by a heavy silence, broken only by the shuffling of classified folders and the low hum of the projector. An exfiltrated asset from Tehran, his face half hidden in shadow, spoke of encrypted communications intercepted at great personal risk. He described Iran's most feared strategist, General Qasem Soleimani, a man whose name alone sent ripples through intelligence circles. Then came the shock. Soleimani, known for his ruthless cunning, had privately praised a group of soldiers. Not from a superpower, but Filipino peacekeepers stationed in a volatile region. Analysts scrambled to verify the claim, cross-referencing intercepted messages and field reports, their disbelief growing with each new piece of evidence. The asset was adamant. Soleimani's respect was genuine, rooted in a harrowing event that had unfolded far from the world's gaze. He insisted that the general's words were not mere propaganda, but a rare glimpse into his true sentiments. Why would a master of proxy wars, a man who orchestrated shadow conflicts across the Middle East, single out Filipino soldiers for such rare praise? What had they done to earn the attention of a figure so deeply entrenched in the region's power struggles? In geopolitics, praise from an adversary is rare and revealing. It's a signal that something extraordinary has occurred, something that transcends alliances and enmities, and forces even the most hardened leaders to take notice. Soleimani, not given to flattery or empty gestures, saw something extraordinary in these peacekeepers. His reputation was built on cold calculation, not sentiment, making his words all the more significant. It wasn't about firepower or advanced tactics, but about human endurance, discipline, and the ability to remain steadfast under extreme pressure. These soldiers had faced relentless adversity, yet held their ground with quiet determination. The world missed the story, distracted by louder headlines and more sensational conflicts. But Soleimani did not. He saw what others overlooked, a display of courage and resilience that defied expectations. He recognized a quality in the Filipino soldiers at the Golan Heights, something rare and formidable. Their vigilance and commitment to peacekeeping stood out in a region defined by chaos and shifting loyalties. Their actions transcended conflict, capturing the attention of one of the world's most dangerous men. Whether it was a daring rescue or a moment of compassion in the midst of violence, these acts spoke volumes. This was a story of character, not just combat. It was about the strength to do what is right, even when no one is watching, and the impact such choices can have on those who witness them, even from the other side. And it began far from the spotlight, in the forgotten corners of a brutal civil war. In these shadowy places, the true measure of a soldier and a nation was revealed, one quiet act of courage at a time. General Qasem Soleimani was a legend, feared by enemies, revered by allies. His reputation preceded him, a man whose presence on the battlefield was as commanding as his strategic mind was sharp. He judged others by effectiveness and will, not sentiment. To him, the measure of a soldier was in their resolve and their ability to execute orders with precision and determination. Amid the Syrian conflict, Soleimani watched the Golan Heights, where UN peacekeepers were caught in the crossfire. The region was a volatile mix of tension and danger, a place where only the strongest could endure. He noticed the Filipino contingent. Their presence was not just another group of soldiers, they stood out in their demeanor and approach to the mission. He told a subordinate. While others fought for pay or ideology, the Filipinos fought for something deeper, honor. This was a rare quality, one that transcended the usual motivations of warfare. Their discipline came from conviction, not fear. It was a discipline that was evident in their every action, a testament to their unwavering commitment to their duty. This was a private assessment, not for show. Soleimani's words were not meant for public consumption, but were a genuine reflection of his respect for their integrity. Soleimani saw other units falter or withdraw, but the Filipinos refused to surrender, even when ordered. Their steadfastness was a beacon of hope and resilience in the chaos of conflict. He saw not insubordination, but unbreakable spirit. It was a spirit that could not be crushed by the harsh realities of war, a spirit that inspired those around them. Their devotion was different, quiet, professional, rooted in principle. It was a devotion that spoke volumes without the need for grand gestures or loud proclamations. This strength couldn't be bought or indoctrinated. It was cultivated. It was a strength that came from within, nurtured by a deep sense of purpose and camaraderie. In their disciplined defiance, Soleimani saw the qualities he valued most. It was a rare alignment of values that transcended cultural and ideological boundaries. The irony, a man who led zealots admired the calm resolve of these peacekeepers. It was a testament to the universal language of honor and courage. Their stand became a benchmark for true strength. It was a strength that was recognized and respected by all who witnessed it, a legacy that would endure. Even a master of war recognized the soul of a warrior in them. It was a recognition that transcended the battlefield, a nod to the enduring spirit of those who fight for what is right. The world sees the Philippines as a land of hospitality, not hardened warriors. Yet, Filipino soldiers have quietly served in UN missions worldwide, earning respect for resilience and empathy. They're trained as both warriors and diplomats, skilled in negotiation and de-escalation. Their strength lies in patience, trust building, and restraint, qualities forged by hardship at home. They know the value of peace, but are capable when pushed to the limit. This blend of compassion and courage is their hallmark. In the Golan Heights, this hidden strength would be tested and revealed to the world. And to a secret observer in Tehran, it would leave a lasting impression. At the center was Jerome Alano, not born to privilege, but to grit and duty. He excelled at the Philippine Military Academy, known for quiet competence and loyalty. Combat in Mindanao taught him the realities of leadership and the value of life. He led by example, earning his men's trust. Chosen to command in the Golan Heights, he prepared his unit for a volatile mission. Training focused on discipline, cohesion, and moral clarity. Alano reminded his men, they represented not just the Philippines, but the ideals of the UN. He built a family, not just a unit. That bond would soon face its ultimate test. In August 2014, the world watched in shock as al-Nusra Front militants swept through the UN buffer zone in the Golan Heights, taking Fijian peacekeepers hostage. The sudden attack sent ripples of fear and uncertainty through the entire peacekeeping mission, as the fate of the hostages hung in the balance. Their next target was clear. Captain Alano's 75 Filipinos stationed at Position 68, a remote and vulnerable outpost. The Filipino soldiers braced themselves, knowing they could be the militants' next victims. Surrounded and outgunned, the militants demanded their immediate surrender, threatening dire consequences if they refused. The tension was palpable, every second stretching into eternity. The UN commander, under immense pressure, ordered the Filipinos to lay down their arms and surrender, hoping to avoid bloodshed and another hostage crisis. For Captain Alano, surrender was not just a tactical decision. It meant dishonor, the loss of their dignity, and the very real risk of being taken captive or worse. He made a fateful choice. Alano refused the order, determined to hold their post and defend their honor, no matter the odds stacked against them. The standoff began. For days, the outpost endured a relentless siege. Supplies dwindled, sleep was scarce, and attacks came at all hours. The soldiers faced hunger, exhaustion, and the constant threat of death. Inside the battered shelter, Alano kept his men focused and united, inspiring them to stand strong and never lose hope, even as the situation grew more desperate. They shared what little food and water they had, maintained strict discipline, and prayed together for strength and survival, drawing courage from their unity. Their blue helmets, battered and dusty, became a powerful symbol of defiance and resilience in the face of overwhelming odds. Then, under the cover of darkness, and after a fierce firefight that tested every ounce of their resolve, Alano led his men in a daring escape, risking everything for freedom. They slipped through enemy lines, carrying their wounded brothers, never leaving anyone behind, and finally reached safety after a harrowing journey. Not a single man was lost. Against all odds, every soldier made it out alive, a testament to their courage and unity. They had defied not only their attackers, but also a flawed order, preserving their honor and the reputation of their unit for generations to come. It was a masterclass in courage, leadership, and the unbreakable spirit of those who refuse to give in, no matter the cost. Their stand would echo far beyond the battlefield, inspiring soldiers and civilians alike around the world. And it would not go unnoticed. The world would remember the bravery of Captain Alano and his men, a shining example of honor under fire. The Golan Heights story is found in small moments of character. When food was scarce, the Filipinos shared equally. No one left behind. Their rapport with local Syrians, built on kindness, paid off with vital information during the siege. In battle, leadership was shown in calm gestures, a sergeant's reassuring hand, a word of encouragement. Alano's refusal to surrender was rooted in love for his men, not ego. He chose risk over dishonor, determined to bring everyone home. Their courage came from loyalty and humanity. Even in crisis, they acted as one. This was leadership and brotherhood at its purest. Their heart was their greatest strength. The Filipino soldiers' reputation was forged from moral steel, not firepower. They chose the harder right over the easier wrong, guided by honor and conscience. Loyalty to mission and each other defined their stand. Their discipline held firm under siege. No panic, no collapse. Trust in Alano and in each other created unity. Their integrity set them apart, refusing to abandon post or surrender arms. Every action preserved their honor and that of their nation. This unbreakable core earned them respect from friend and foe alike. News of the Filipinos' escape spread through military circles. While not headline news, it became a case study among strategists and peacekeepers. The contrast was clear. Fijians surrendered and were held hostage. Filipinos fought and escaped unharmed. Their actions forced a rethink of peacekeeping rules and leadership. On the ground, locals saw them as heroes, having denied militants a victory. Soleimani, watching from afar, took note. He saw a small force thwart a major threat through discipline and resolve. Their refusal to surrender, their tactics, and their unity impressed even him. To Soleimani, this was the mark of elite warriors. The Filipinos had passed a test few even knew existed. The Golan Heights story is a lesson in true strength. Respect isn't won with fanfare, but in quiet moments where integrity is tested. Soleimani's praise was a powerful consequence, not the goal. The Filipinos chose danger over dishonor, proving that courage and honor are universal. Their victory was returning home with integrity intact. They set a standard for courage that transcends size or power. True respect is a quiet victory, earned by doing one's duty with unwavering faith. And in that, they taught the world what it means to be a soldier of honor.